Hey, this is John Tobos, and today we're going to be doing another Logic Pro 10 tutorial. Today we're going to be discussing project templates, which are these options you have in Logic, which you go to by going to the Logic taskbar up here, and you go to File, New from Template, and he opens up this window here. And basically what this template thing does here is it allows you to pick from different project styles and setups, like hip-hop, electronic music, songwriter music, or a multi-track instrumental track. And basically, if you open empty project, for instance, and you click choose, it gives you an empty project, meaning there's nothing pre-laid out, nothing is kind of like shaped in a certain style of music to kind of help you get your foundation and bearings in making a new song. So you go back up to here, go from new from template, and you close this one out, and don't save it. Let's try a hip hop track, for instance, from a hip hop template. We'll click on that, and you have all different options down here, like your input device for, say, if you want to like record something, is my microphone I'm using right now, the time signature, key signature, the sampling rate you use, stuff like that. And you click choose. It starts loading all the different elements here. So basically what you have here is you can zoom in and out with your trackpad, for instance. You have all these things pre-laid out here. So for instance, it has this drummer line pre-laid out here, hip-hop style, or hip-hop-esque kind of drums, because this is a hip-hop template. And if you kind of like start going in there and creating different regions, like we went over in the last video, it's preloaded basically. So these synths here are all kind of revolving around that hip-hop theme. And this kind of is an easy way to kind of get going in Logic and start practicing your arrangement and songwriting skills without having to like fiddle around and with the synths and all the different presets and try to figure out what the best presets are. You can kind of just get in there and start making music, at least to practice, and then work your way up to an empty project later on in which you have complete control of what goes into the song. So we'll close this one out here. Go back up here, new from template, and we'll click on electronic now. Same settings. Loading all the stuff. And here, same deal as a hip-hop track, but this one is more centered around electronic music. Different style. And it's the same deal if you go in there and start placing regions and laying down and arranging notes, like with this piano roll here, it's all preloaded. It has laid down the template for you. And this is kind of gives you, like I said, greater ability to just kind of get in there and just start practicing and making songs to get better at using the program. So close this one out. And the last one we'll be going over is let's open it back up, the songwriter track here. And then multi-track, I guess we'll go over that after too. Same deal. And this one here has some like inputs for vocals that you can, if you press like record, and now it's picking up the input from the mic, and you can press the record button here. Basically, you start recording with this track here, because this is a songwriting one, and basically say this is a vocal track here, like it says. You would record in your vocals here along this timeline, and then you would stop recording, and you could create your own sample of that vocal, and you kind of like chop the sampling if you're doing like dubstep or something, or if you're doing a more instrumental track like this, you can just record a continuous track in one take. It's all up to you. And so this is a songwriting template here, as I said. And the last one we'll be going over is the multi-track template. So this one here, it's all audio tracks. So you can use this for mastering, remixing, doing different, sample functions, working on different sound files from different songs, or combining songs in a remix, for instance. This kind of gives you that functionality here, and basically gives you the ability to, kind of leverage and manipulate the tracks to do what you want with the effects up here. let's go here, for instance. Let's close this out. For instance, if you want to change the EQ on this track, you kind of mess around with it, and balance it and stuff like that. Taper off the low frequency, for instance, stuff like that. And again, this is all pre-laid out here, so it kind of gives you the option to kind of just get going and not have to manually set everything up as you do with an empty project. So that's all we're going to be going over today, and I'll see you guys in the next Logic tutorial. Have a good one.